Good evening.
Oh,
Oh,
I was thinking Mrs. Doubtfire. Hello.
hello. Oh, yeah. Oh, I haven't watched that movie in a long time. But I was watching something on YouTube, and it made me, well, they were talking about Robin Williams, and, like, they got emotional, and then I got emotional. And I was like,
Oh,
I miss Robin Williams.
it's heartbreaking. Just I know. People taken by depression. It's tragic.
Yes. It is indeed. How was your Monday?
I spent the entire day trying to film a video in my spot in the living room.
You're in a new spot.
I am in a new spot. Yeah, I thought it'd be fun if I could like move, like for this show, move around the house.
Someday I'll move around. Maybe I should go do it from my bedroom. I'll have the bed crowd behind me.
Yeah.
Be like, yay.
So no one's here yet, but I wanted to dive into our community highlights, and no one from the community is here.
I know. I need to share it out to my peeps who always demand that I send them links.
Oh, really?
Well, sometimes you don't get the
notification. Yeah.
And then you've missed it.
I just don't hear it half the time on my phone.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I just get so many notifications on my phone that I just forget.
Mm-hmm. Helen's
here. Hi,
right?
Cindy. And Helen's here.
Cindy. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Helen.
Helen's getting a whole box full of Fancy Lady Mystery.
Excellent. I can't wait till I get my Fancy Lady. My perfume.
She's drying.
Awesome.
Like that smell. It still has its original cork, so she's still going to be fragrant.
Yeah, that's okay.
But
that's okay. She'll stay corked. It won't matter.
Just don't put your nose right up in there. It'll be fine. We have a few more people, but we do have some special things we want to get started with. So we're going to dive in. What are you having tea?
I am. I'm having some green tea in my blue and white tea mug here by Fitz and Floyd. Kind of an enlarged chinoiserie pattern. Ooh, nice.
I'm using uranium glass this evening. So got a lovely, I think it's Hazel Atlas, the clover pattern.
Oh, wow. That's a big one.
Can you see the...
Oh, yeah.
And of course, a glow. I can't resist. I have to do it. I must.
Yeah,
I'm not having tea in it though.
Wouldn't it be funny?
It's probably grape tea. Fermented grape tea. That's what I'm having.
Would it be funny if for Halloween we put black lights on ourselves and just both drank from uranium glass?
I'll give you my gluey cocktail recipes so you can make one. Well, I'll have to get like some glow sticks and stuff.
Yeah. Well,
I thought there was a bug in my skirt, but it's just the tag. Everything's fine. You're about to see me flip out.
That's okay. I freaked out with the mosquitoes, so
it's a tag in a very weird place. So I was like, what? I've worn this dress before. I don't know how I just noticed this. Anyway, tangents. You all were warned in the beginning, so here we go.
Yay!
Joyce is in here.
I know. Joyce, where are you?
Joyce made this awesome dress.
Yeah, this was the art paper dress that she was making during our last show.
Mm-hmm.
And she sent me some awesome photos, and I think it's great. So I also wanted to make sure we saw her Instagram so we can see all of the other creations she is making and sharing
because she makes shell art. that you talked about last week.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So everyone go visit Joyce, Seashell 507 over on Instagram.
Give her a follow. Love some of her stuff. You know.
Yeah.
Do the thing.
Do the thing. And then we have one more of our community, Susan, the old so-and-so. She not only met her milestone of 500 subscribers, she blew past it and is now at 704. One of her haul videos just exploded, and
that's awesome.
She got like 300 subscribers in a week. I mean, it was amazing. I kept like, I hadn't visited her in a while. I'm like, oh, I gotta see one of her videos. I go on there and she's at, I don't know if she was at 400 something, but I was just like, oh, okay, Susan.
Congrats, Susan.
You're here.
Tell us your secret.
Well, I wanted to say, I really wanted to say congratulations to you, Susan. And I wanted to say that I had told you, she had reached out to me and was talking about subscribers. And I had said, I'm like, your personality is so great. I'm like, they will come. And I told you so. And this is the proof.
She told you so, old so-and-so.
Yes. I told the so-and-so so.
Yay.
So congratulations, Susan. It is awesome.
And we appreciate you being here and chatting with us every week. We appreciate everybody.
Yes, we appreciate everybody. We want to celebrate everybody.
Yeah.
So if
there's something you want to celebrate, let us know.
Exactly.
If you want us to share. Okay. We shall jump into our regularly scheduled programming.
All right, let's do it.
Celebrating collection. Now, this is mine. So this lady, Lala Sachs, she actually makes new updated versions of the Staffordshire dogs. You remember you shared the one week?
Yes.
She makes them in these crazy, awesome colors. But she's a collector of milk glass. So in the white, blue, green, and jadeite. Some people call it green milk glass, or it's jadeite, you know. But this whole wall there,
it's stunning.
All the various colors of milk glass. And she even said in one of her posts that she didn't know about reproductions and she didn't care. She just liked it. So like some of this green is original, some of it's reproductions.
I was wondering, I wonder if that hobnail is vintage or new.
I like that one on the bottom. Second from the left with those cool knobby situation.
Yes, like it's like a covered butter dish or something.
Yeah, the one to the left of it is Fenton, I'm pretty certain. But with the big hobnails, because I had a base of a sugar bowl that was Fenton, that was like that. It was missing its lid though.
Well, I'm shocked. It is like a pastel confection of glass.
And then so she photographs her dogs mixed in with this, and it's super cute. They work so well. And then when she what was I saying? Oh, so she'll rearrange them. And so this to the right is where she did all the greens together versus having them all mixed over. And then like for, Easter or whatever, she'll have all the pinks together. And it's nice. Like, and just keep in mind playing with color, because my next celebrating collection, it gave me the idea. This gave me the idea for.
I love this choice, Angela. It's beautiful.
Oh yeah, all of her stuff is really pretty. So you should check her out, Lala Sachs. And she does sell stuff, so she's got some links there if you're interested.
Oh, and hello to Leanne and Jan.
Hi, Leanne. Hey, Jan. When a YouTuber comes out that you like their stuff and it's sampling similar to what you're doing, and be the first comment and asked. What does that mean?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Extrapolate for us.
No, we might need more details. Well, here, you read. I will talk about the antique pocket watches. I chose these because
They're amazing.
you can find, I guess I didn't even know. I was just thinking pocket watches.
I just bid on one and lost. So
let me see what I could find. And then I came upon some of these beautiful, more Victorian looking ones. So I had to share those. And then
the stands.
I found these stands and these figural antique pocket watch stands. Wouldn't it be awesome to have a collection of those with special Victorian pocket watches? I mean, when I saw the bird and then I saw the cobra, and I was just like, oh, wow.
My dad has always carried a pocket watch. And so it just makes me think of him. And he tried to carry his grandfather's, but it's one of those, the winding is a little wonky. So he's got to make sure to shake it when he's wearing it. And, but then we've bought some for him over the years.
Mm-hmm.
I just love the look of them. I want one of the pin versions.
Yes,
the little brooch
pocket watch.
Watch, but not like I had a reproduction, but I want a real one.
Yeah.
I also want a chatelaine, but
yes.
we all have our ones.
Yes, and it looks like Susan is sharing that she thinks some of her success had to do with some of the communication networking with other channels and making comments when their video comes out. But I do think that something happened with that one haul video because, I mean, it got 8,000 views, maybe more now.
Wow.
It popped is the way I like to put it. She had a video that popped.
Popping is good. Oh, so I got all those colors of milk glass, and then I was like, well, I saw the image on the right, which has, a vague rainbow effect. And then I remember seeing lots of people do the rainbow with their books.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what about like using what you already own and grouping them in color ranges or formats to give it just a new look or a pride look given the month.
Or pride look.
Yeah. So I just like that. And it's not any specific, I mean, the one on the left is just books, but then the shelf on the right is, a variety of things that they've collected in those, from white up to green. And I just really liked it.
Yeah, I love it. And I love the lemon topiary on the desk there.
That pop of yellow.
Yes, I like that.
It's good. Does anybody in the chat do like the books? I could not do that for very long because I'm a super OCD, alphabetical by author's last name kind of person.
Yeah, I usually do by subject matter. I'll keep the art with the art and photography with the photography.
Nope. Alphabetical all the way. It's a problem.
Yeah. I chose
gems.
I chose this one just because so many people are interested in them, and I found some awesome pictures of just beautiful, colorful collections. But my favorite picture is the one on the top right. Yes, because this is kind of an example of maybe more of like if you just did the pottery goblet as a stand, you could have like a series of pottery goblets.
Hey, Roy.
If you're more into earthenware or bohemian and you had a bunch of really nice pottery and then you had crystals on top, I think that would be a fun collection. Or if you're more traditional like me, find a bunch of silver plate and have those be little pedestals for some crystals. I just thought that was a fun idea. I haven't seen very often, so I thought I would share it.
I just got a ball of malachite, and now I'm wondering what I can put it on.
Yeah, exactly.
One of the tiny little uranium shot glasses I just got.
Oh, see? That's another idea. You could pair a malachite collection with uranium glass in a little vignette.
Malachite has that green and all that. Okay.
Oh, Roy is here. Wait.
Hey, Geneva.
Yeah, Roy. Is
Yeah,
that?
he does his section. Yeah, does his sections alphabetically.
Okay.
And Geneva's here.
Oh, Geneva's here. Hi, Geneva.
I love the little specimen cabinet. I like how it's lighted.
Yeah, I thought it was beautiful. I mean, for someone who really wants to have a collection, look how beautiful you can make that display.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just love it.
Okay. Moving on into inspiring interiors.
Now, I'm a little sad Joyce isn't here because when we were talking about on our Ask Me Anything, and I was asking you, if you had $1 million, what would you add on to the house? And I had said, oh, I would have a solarium with a pool in it. This was kind of what I was thinking. So that's why I had to share this one, because I'm like, this is what I'm talking about.
Where's the greenery coming from? Is it just like, is there like a shelf of ferns or something?
I was assuming that there might be some plantings maybe on the outer edge where there's actual dirt. I don't know.
I'm confused. I like it.
I love it.
I like it a lot.
I love it.
Is that wisteria? The purple?
It could be. I see some purple there on the right.
So I feel like on the columns there must be like a platform or something where the planting is happening.
Yeah, well, it's a chateau. I found it on the website, so I'm just trying to close my drapes. The sun has started to.
Joyce, we talked about you.
Oh, there she is. Quick,
rewind.
Rewind.
Look, everybody, look at Joyce's lovely dress.
Oh,
okay.
Joyce, yeah, we wanted to share your beautiful art pictures with your little paper dress. We spotlighted you in our community, and you weren't here to enjoy it.
No, I would love. See, the space I have on the side of my house would not accommodate a solarium that big, so it would have to be like a third of that size. And I would need a pool boy and or gardener to make it not look dead.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the upkeep of a conservatory / pool room like this would be high, but it sure is gorgeous.
It's lovely. Is that somebody diving in there in the second picture?
Yeah, it's someone diving in.
It's sticky here, so I would love to just sink into a pool right now.
Mm-hmm.
So nice. Anyway, moving on. Oh, I have yours grouped together.
That's okay. That's all right.
Next one. I love this bathroom.
Yeah, I was feeling very grand choosing all of these pictures.
That's my hidden bathroom right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's the tub and the window, and probably the gardens beyond the window that I'm pretty sure are there. So just dreamy, beautiful, fantastic. And yeah, and then on the right, dreamy, beautiful, fantastic.
I know. Look at the ceiling in the mirror.
Yeah, I mean, I know the photo is of the mantle, but yeah, if you look in the mirror, check out the entire room.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful.
Chandelier.
Yeah.
Is that like a bell pull to ring the servants there?
Oh, it could be. Yeah. Yeah, on the right.
Yeah, I had that thought, Geneva, that the pool would help contribute to the maintenance of the plants. Mm-hmm. Okay, so my inspiring interiors.
Ooh.
This is the Greenbrier. It's a hotel here in the mountains of West Virginia. And I would get to go to it once a year because the West Virginia Veterinary Medical Association had their winter meeting here, and my dad was active in it. So usually we didn't stay there. We would stay at the Motel 8 down the road and then spend our days at the Greenbrier. It's huge.
I was just going to say, it looks like it's 6, 7 stories.
It's huge. Plus, there's floors underneath, including a hidden bunker that was built for Congress during Cold War. But that's another story.
Wow.
But on the right is the lobby, and it's one of my favorite places. Now, when I first started going there were rules about what you could wear and be in the lobby, and women had to like have dresses or skirts or. This is in West Virginia. It is in White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia, and that will give you a hint as to why it exists. So there are hot sulfur springs there, and so it was one of those resorts that people would go to take the waters. And I forget when it was built, pre-Civil War, I believe. And then, it's gone through a few different iterations. It was used as a hospital during maybe both the World Wars. But definitely, I believe, World War II. And then it was completely rehabbed after that in the late 40s by a lady named Dorothy Draper. And she was known for loud patterns of all kinds just thrown together, and you will see that coming up. But this lobby is where they have high tea every day at 4:00.
Oh, wow. Did you have tea there?
Oh, every single day. Every single day. Which was like 2 days, right? But I mean, if you're staying there, it's included. It's part of, like, if you're there for an event, you get to have high tea. That's just part of the little. I can't eat any of it now, so I just remember and drool. They had this raspberry tea that was my favorite, but it all takes place in the lobby with these giant marble black and white floors. And then on the left here is in the grand dining room. Like, the patterns on the carpets and the walls are always just like, wow. Close to Shepherdstown. It's close to Lewisburg. I am not good with geography. I can tell you how to get there from here, but that's about it. There is a casino there now, but it also has it has its own theater. It's got a bowling alley, Olympic-sized swimming pool, ice rink in the wintertime. You can ride horses, golf, blah, 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 blah. There's an LPGA tour, like a PGA tournament that happens there now. But like, the image on the right is very stereotypical of the rooms. So like, you've got a crazy pattern on the bed, on the walls, on the floor. But it's just like so much that it all just works.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's great.
Each of the bathrooms are decorated differently. So we would go around and
go into the rooms.
Me and my sisters, like the public restrooms, like in different, they were all decorated in different themes. And so we would go like, oh, let's go to the pink and black bathroom. Like, we like that one. So that's the Greenbrier. Like, if y'all want to get together and go, we can plan for it. But
Brocante and Bergamot field trip, high tea at the Greenbrier.
Yes. There's also a railroad that still operates nearby.
Wow.
It's a very picturesque little area. It's like 2.5 hours for me, I believe. So it's in the mountains. It takes some windy roads to get there. But yeah, I've always loved it. Now, I would not necessarily, I would take elements of this into my decorator identity, but not all of it. But I love to go there and just be in it.
Absolutely. Well, I have a real appreciation for it. I mean, the room on the right, it may not be something that I'm going to decorate my room in, but I totally get that 1960s to 80s, the lattice chinoiserie.
But she was doing this in the 40s.
With the bright colors.
Yeah. This was like très moderne.
She was doing that in the 40s?
In the 40s, yeah.
Holy
It
cow.
largely has not changed since she did it. Like, they've had to update, obviously, like, certain wallpapers aren't made anymore, but they've had to find things sticking with her true, I want to go to the Biltmore, too.
Oh, another field trip.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So let's get back to reality. And all of us pretty much just like to stay at home and watch YouTube. And this is one of the gals I like to watch. This is Selena. Her YouTube channel is the Vintage Bombshell. I have been watching her for a very long time. A lot of people found her when she started a combined channel with Laura Caldwell called The Recycled Life, but that has since dissolved. So she's still back on her own channel. And she lives in Oregon. And I'm very much on par with her home aesthetic. Her channel does deal with thrifting for both home and clothes. So she does, sometimes do just a lot of clothing and fashion. But I love her home. She lives in a Victorian home, a period Victorian home, and she really has put a lot of heart and care into designing the rooms. And she adds on to them as she finds these amazing linens or curtains or carpets and accessories. And she has just been so fun to go on her life journey. I definitely recommend this channel, especially if you like fancy stuff.
I do. I've not heard of her, so now I have something new to watch.
Yes, you must watch. She likes fancy.
Y'all know.
Yes. Yeah, she is very industrious. She does have her own website where she will sell jewelry, and she hires a photographer to do all of her promo photos for it. So yeah, she has a lot of things cooking in the kitchen, kind of a gal. She also does a lot of the promotions where she will get, she's one of those that she does so well, people will want her to feature their products. So sometimes she'll do that for makeup or
sponsored content.
Yes, there you go. That she does get a lot of those opportunities as well.
Okay. Heather's been waiting for this one.
Whoop, whoop.
Rachellexi. And so I had to put her whole little thing here because she says being normal is vastly overrated. She's a storyteller, illustrator, cosplayer, lover of history, folk music, and hobbits.
Yeah, that's a good summary.
It's her words. So Heather has actually been watching Rachel longer than me. So she got her start, like, which I keep moving the cursor like y'all can see what I'm doing. But the first image where she's holding up the award is back when she was known as the Pinup Companion, and she won a big makeup. It's like special effects makeup.
Mm-hmm.
I think more than just like makeup.
Right. No, yeah, it was definitely special effects.
Because she can like turn herself into other people. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, she did an Angelina Jolie recently. She was like, so she has ways of taking the makeup and turning her face into new shapes. So for an example, on the right here is her in Dorothy, which is pretty much spot on. But she also does really elaborate cosplays, and she takes you through the whole process, the mess ups, everything. She and her husband were house hunting the same time I was, so I got very invested in that because I was feeling the exact same things. And now, of course, they have more opportunity to rehab, so they're in the midst of projects.
Mhm.
But down here on the bottom was the video that pulled me into the Rachel realm, and that was when she made her Baby Yoda in a day. And I was like, and she's just really funny. Like, she leaves in bloopers. She
Yeah.
has comical little asides, and then she, both on Instagram and in YouTube, like, she'll have these beautiful pictures that you're going through, and then the final one is like her making a really unattractive face. She doesn't care. And then she usually ends her videos with bloopers or
Mhm. Yeah, when I
something
first
like that.
started my channel, there's a few where I did bloopers at the end because of Rachel.
Well, did you watch all the way to the end of my DIY
Yeah.
video?
Yes. Yeah.
I didn't really plan that. Like, I had the hyperlapse going because, like, while I was making my bed, and I was like, oh, that's boring. And so once I had it all done, I just threw myself back. So I just left that in
Mhm.
normal speed at the end. That was in honor of Rachel Maxey. So she's my media must. You can find her as her name on both YouTube and Instagram. She does a lot of little shorts on Instagram, which are starting to make their way to YouTube. But she usually posts some. I think she's on TikTok as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think she's on TikTok because sometimes she'll put her TikToks on YouTube. So I see a few of those every once in a while.
Though I'm told that I should. I don't have the time. But so that's the first portion of the evening. I need to take a drink before we get started here.
History highlight, please.
History highlight. It is time for the history highlight. And it's all Baroque. Her channel name is just Rachel Maxey. Her name. Wait, let me put this back. Malcolm. I can't deal with him. So yeah. So Rachel Maxey. But Baroque. What do you all think of when you hear the term Baroque? In the chat.
In the chat. I can't answer.
Hold on. In the chat. Sorry, I had to yell at my cat. He's trying to knock everything over currently. I mean, the chat might not.
Susan's
yeah, I will put it in the chat, Geneva.
Joyce says, yeah, we're broke.
Yeah, we are Baroque. And I said it on Helen's channel. I was like, I can't hear Baroque without thinking of Beauty and the Beast. And when Cogsworth is giving her the tour, he's like, it's Baroque. And as you know, as they say, if it's not Baroque, don't fix it. So, yeah, terrible joke. But moving on to it. So Baroque refers to an era of the arts from the 17th and 18th centuries. Actually started, the origins were like right at the end of the 16th century. But for the most part, it was 17th and 18th century, ending somewhere around 1740, 1750, characterized by ornate detail in art and architecture. Here are some examples. We'll get to the Baroque music later. I didn't realize that I love Baroque composers, but apparently I do. And you'll see a lot of religious imagery because the actual impetus for Baroque came from the Catholic Church. And
it's all coming together now.
Yeah. So during the Council of Trent, the Pope decided that Catholic churches needed a richer, more emotional style to pull people back into the Catholic Church, as a reaction to the Reformation and the burgeoning of the Protestant movement, because they wanted people to go to church and be inspired and awed because of, the schism happening in their followers. Wait, let me bring up my notes, make sure I didn't forget anything I wanted to say. Then, so here's just a couple names. There are a lot that I could talk about. But Bernini was one of the architecture people that just kept popping up. He did the fountain in Rome. Oh, and now I can't remember the name of the fountain. It's one of the big fountains. It's not the Trevi.
It's not the Trevi.
It's the one with it's for something. It will come to me. It was also, this is where trompe l'oeil started. When you looked at the ceilings, it would like fake things, trick the eye.
Okay.
So, making you think things were life size when they really weren't. Forced perspective, all of that. Rubens was, of course, everybody talks about the Rubenesque figure. That was, he was one of the more well-known people fountain. And then Caravaggio. He's the one who's
dark and light.
Dark. Well, yes, dark. So the things that the art, especially because this is coming from the Renaissance, when everything was so bright and pretty and everybody had like a very angelic face. But in Baroque paintings, like you would see anguish. There was a huge, like, the play of light was more like Rembrandt is someone who is got well known from this era, and he especially, like, I've seen some Rembrandts and the light especially and how it is. And they also use a lot of heavy like putting rich primary colors next to each other, which in the Renaissance they were like, oh, I ain't doing that. Are you kidding? And movement, drama, asymmetry is a big thing, because you'll see in this Rubens picture, like this is Daniel in the Lion's Den, I'm pretty sure. Just guessing. He's not front and center. He's off to the side, which is something you will see in a Baroque architecture. I mean, paintings, not architecture. But in architecture, it was just the more ridiculous it could be, they made it so. What do I have next? Now, as far as music goes, this was the time to be a musician, because they basically broke all the rules at this point in time. It was sort of like experimentation. The symphony started, concertos, operas were becoming operas, And as far as dance, like ballet and ballet with music, you would get dissonance. Like before this, like melody was very important, but the discord that would happen in music became, and Baroque, actually they didn't call music from this era Baroque until like the 40s. They didn't class it. Oh, I forgot. Do you know what the word Baroque originally referred to?
No.
So Baroque pearls were referenced way before, and it was in terms of pearls that were not perfectly round. So if somebody was talking about a Baroque pearl, it was an odd, lumpy, or misshapen pearl. Some people also say the word comes from an Aristotle logic thing, which I delved into and tried to figure out a way to actually explain it to y'all, and it was illogical. So I didn't know.
Illogical.
For Aristotelian logic, it was slightly illogical, and it just didn't make sense in terms. But the word might have come from that, but it doesn't really apply to the era of art that Baroque was. So, a few Baroque composers. We've got Pachelbel, which y'all know a Pachelbel song, whether you think you do or not. You've been to a wedding, most likely you've heard it. I used to be able to play it on the violin.
Let's all hum it now.
Anyway, I love the plucking portion of it, but Vivaldi, which is the reason I chose this image, Four Seasons, Scarlatti, Telemann, Handel is one of my favorites. Water music is one of those things I can just put on and feel better. Bach, of course, Bach. It's the end of my slides, but I mean, if you just picture it like cartouches were as far as architecture, my notes are very disjointed, so I apologize. Well, one thing of the music that I wanted to put a picture of a piano, which I didn't. The piano was invented during the Baroque period by Cristofori, and it was the original name for the instrument. And it was somewhere around the early 1700s, I think, but from Padua, Italy. The original name for the piano was Un Cimbalo di Cipresso di Piano e Forte, which means a keyboard of cypress was soft and loud. Pianoforte. So, piano, which is called piano. There's also Baroque poetry, but as you know, like it started in Rome. It moved from Rome to Spain. Italy first. Italy, Spain, Portugal. And so you will find Baroque architecture in Spanish and Portuguese colonies. So you'll see like in Mexico and other former colonial states, you will find this very ornate architecture there because that was the time of the great, I wouldn't call it great. The colonial periods. So that was happening. I think that I could keep going on, but I wanted to try and keep it a little concise. But I recommend you can go to Wikipedia, you can go and they will have excerpts from these composers if you want to get a feel for once you hear Baroque music, especially Baroque music on the precursor to the piano. No, my brain is fried.
Is it a harpsichord?
Yeah, harpsichord. But it's good. It's good to listen to. I like Bach. I like Vivaldi. Four Seasons. I actually often put Four Seasons as the background to my reels because it's just one of those good ones. Let me make sure I got all my notes. Not just the Catholics used Baroque art, the Lutherans did as well, because the Calvinists before this went through and destroyed a whole bunch of churches during the Great Iconoclasm.
Mm-hmm.
So it's funny, but this crazy ornate things were all, the church can do crazy things. Just leave it at that. Michelangelo. I could go on and on, but I'll stop there.
Well, it's only 7:45.
I know, but we have other things. We have favorite things to talk about. But if y'all have any other questions, if you have a pointed question about the era, please let me know, because I probably have it in my notes, but I did not want to talk for 30 minutes about it, even though I probably could. Let me go back to this because you can see some of the art. Oh, but no, Caravaggio's etchings is what I was trying to think about. The Those are the ones that appear in romance novels.
Mm-hmm.
I have some etchings by Caravaggio. Would you like to see them?
Yes, I remember learning about Caravaggio in art history classes.
Yeah.
And it was embedded that it was the chiaroscuro, the dark and light. He was like the king of that movement.
Yeah. I tried to pick some of, because some of the paintings are quite graphic as far as, it's not the happy parts of the Bible that they're portraying, shall we say. So I was like,
yeah, I think the Romans, they were very big on guilt. I mean, the Catholic Church had no problem trying to make you feel really guilty about all the suffering that has gone on.
Well, and this did spread also to, like, there are Baroque, like the Summer Palace in Russia was heavily influenced by what Peter the Great saw when he visited Europe. But the Orthodox Church has always had imagery. Like, I don't know if icons started in a similar time period or earlier, but I know from my studies that they were born out of the fact that their populace was illiterate. So they needed the images from the Bible literally on the walls to help them tell the story versus relying on them to read the scripture. So
that makes sense.
Yeah. And I'm going to remove this from the stream unless somebody else has a question. Yes, the Rubenesque figure is one everyone knows well and should be celebrated. Yeah, no, the peasant class in Russia just didn't have the opportunities for education. So they relied, and that's part of the reason why, I mean, the Russian Orthodox Church still is in Russian versus the Greek Orthodox Church, which no matter where it is will be taught, they'll be speaking Greek. And there's an apocryphal story about why, I think it was Vladimir I chose the religion for Russia, and he invited. This is something we learned. I mean, it's apocryphal. It's probably not the truth, not real history, but the common story is the Tsar, I believe it was Vladimir I, invited leaders of all world religions to convince him why their religion should be the religion of Russia. And he immediately said no to the Jews because he needed to eat pork. He immediately said no to the religion of Islam because Russians need their vodka. And he said no to Catholicism because he wasn't learning Latin. And finally, the Russian Orthodox came and said, it's like, you can drink, you can have pork, and we'll speak Russian. So
this is totally off topic, but have you seen the Hulu series, Catherine, or no, I think it's called The Great? But
I have not.
Elle Fanning
plays. I'm interested to see it.
And she marries, I think, Peter the Great's son. And it's...
I have seen Peter the Great's boots. He was literally the Great. He was a massively huge person. Huge. Like, those boots were made for something. Large feet.
Oh my goodness.
That was a terrible joke. My dad would be so proud.
Oh my goodness.
So that was a very brief, concise introduction to the Baroque. And I mean, my background is Baroque inspired, and I didn't really think about that until I was doing this.
Mhm.
It's Baroque light.
Baroque light.
Yeah, it's Baroque light. Because I could have gone full, like, while I was doing my sourcing, and I was like, oh yeah, that's too much. I would have been a terrible Baroque artist, I guess. But do you have a favorite thing for this evening?
I am going to do my English oak barley twist candlesticks, and that's part of the reason why I sat here, because they are, if I tilt up, there's some on that side and there's some on the other side of the mantle, but that's where I keep the.
I really like the copper against that dark brown.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
You need some more copper.
Yeah, I just love these, and I will find these. I will find these all over the place. They usually have a brass little top, and then the turned wood bottom, and I have them in all shapes and sizes. I just like them. For the main reason is I recognize them when I can see them, so it's very easy for me to be like, oh, that is antique. That is an oak tree that has 100 years ago got cut down to make this candlestick, and I need it. So yes. I have my little collection of those. And sometimes I can find them. I have found a few of them at the thrift store. Usually I find them at estate sales here and there, but I have found one or two at the thrift store, which is very nice.
I should have made you bigger.
Oh, that's all right.
Portion. Well, so I just opened this when I was on Helen's channel. Can you see what this is?
Limoges. Oh my gosh.
Look at it.
Is that hand painted?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. What is that, about 3 inches?
It's 1.5 inches.
It's 1.5 inches?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's EB. 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 It does have a signature. Watches? I don't know. I'll have to do some research. There's that. So that's. And then when I was yard selling this weekend, I hope y'all love this as much as I do, because I love it. This actually wasn't a yard sale. I stopped by a place that I like to shop. It's literally called the Whatnot Shop. I'm giving away my secrets. Y'all ain't coming to West Virginia. I'm not worried. So I saw this on the shelf. It was like this. You see that tree?
Beautiful.
See that tree?
I do. Oh my God.
Look at that.
Wow. That's fantastic. Is that for like a magazine holder?
Yeah, it's a magazine holder.
I love it.
Yeah, I don't know if that's supposed to be like pan. I mean, it looks more like a lady.
Oh yeah, it could be either.
Playing some kind of instrument.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely not like a pan flute, so I'm going with a lady. Yeah. But it's very. I was at R. Kelly's. I was not at R. Kelly's this weekend. But that is my new favorite thing. And it fits well with some coaxing underneath one of those side tables I got. So I have to figure out what I'm going to put in it, because I don't have magazines.
Mm-hmm.
But I might keep my poetry books in there next to my bed. And
You have that really,
I,
well, no, I wouldn't. I guess it could get water damage in the bathroom. So probably not. I was
yeah.
thinking, oh, it could be like you could have little rolled up towels in there or something, but I
Well, I
wouldn't.
mean, it could be further. It wouldn't have to be close to my shower. I have a huge bathroom.
Yeah, that's what I remember. You said you had a big room.
Huge. But I kind of want to turn this into a light so you can see the image. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
Like if I line it with some kind of parchment kind of paper.
Oh, so it's more of a lantern.
Yeah. I think I can do it without in any way because I can make it so the cord comes out one of these little holes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, rice paper. A paper with texture of some kind.
Yeah, if it already has a hole that you could use, just do it, and then you could always put it back to its original state.
Yeah, I can always take the paper out.
It.
I just literally had that thought. Now I'm gonna have to be on the watch for a new YouTube video. I can see, because I'm pretty sure I could just use one of those little light kits from, a snowman or what have you. Yeah. Beth wants to know if she should get the old 70s wall decor. Well, it depends on the wall decor.
Yeah, what is it of? I must know before I confirm.
Vellum is a good word, though. I like vellum. Oh, and we do have a quote. Are we ready for the quote?
Sure.
Did you all enjoy your evening with us? We hope you did. We enjoyed having you here.
Yes, it was fun.
So, this quote is from Heather.
Yep, I was looking for something related to collecting. So I found this one from someone, I don't know if it was in Country Living or this is someone who works for Country Living, but it just said, collect things you love that are authentic to you, and your house becomes your story. And I thought that was a nice little concise quote. So
I think so.
That is how I thought we could finish off.
That's how I view it. I mean, because especially now that I finally have, started to make my bedroom mine. I don't know why it took so long. I mean, it's not been all that long, but
sometimes it just takes a while. I mean, I still have a bedroom upstairs that has a tiny desk and my little curio cabinet, but there's no bed in it. I mean, Peggy's seen it. The room basically looks like something's missing, and it's a bed.
Well, you can it doesn't have to be a bed. Excuse me. Sorry. Mitzi has decided to claw at the couch. It doesn't have to be a bedroom. You could use it as a...
Well, I want it to be a bedroom. So I'm holding out until,
You get a Murphy bed.
Yeah,
I love Murphy beds. I love the idea of Murphy beds.
I need to find the right bed because I want a twin and I want an extra long twin. And it's hard to find nice frames for extra long twin beds.
Yeah.
So it's a problem for me. I just keep waiting, thinking it's going to come my way. It still hasn't.
Yeah. Your desk wasn't messy. It was a creative space.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I thought your desk looked fantastic.
We were looking at the dress.
I actually noticed. I liked how the little dress, it was next to like these little stacks of ribbons. I found it very aesthetically pleasing. I liked it a lot, actually.
Did you hear that?
No.
My cats are fighting.
Oh. Cut that out.
Stop it.
Oh, good night, Jan. Thanks for
All right.
sharing.
Thanks so much, everybody.
With us.
We can. It's been an hour. We can wind it down. I have to stop this before bloodshed happens.
Yes.
But thanks so much, everybody, for coming. We'll see you next week on
Yes.
Heather's channel.
Yes.
And if you have any thoughts on what you want us to highlight history-wise, let me know.
Yeah. History-wise, I was kind of thinking of, someone had suggested the buttons, like the history of the button. I'm not sure if you all would like to learn about that. I was also thinking of Capodimonte, possibly, or if there's something you all are super interested in. But I was thinking you guys should send us some photos of your favorite things.
Your collections. We want to see your collection.
Yeah, I'd love to just do a little slide reel of your favorite things. I think that would be fun. So do that. Send us a photo. Okay.
Have a great night, everybody. Yeah. We will. Let me remove this and bring us up. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Stay cool.
Have a good night, everybody.
Happy Monday.
Yes. Have a great rest
Almost over. Bye.
Good night, everybody.